All right, so everyone's thinking about, those New Year's resolutions, especially the healthy eating ones.
Yeah, I think we all are.
We're going to do a deep dive into this New Year, New You piece on healthy eating resolutions.
Perfect.
It can be a little bit daunting sometimes, can it?
Oh, for sure. It feels like a mountain of, I don't know, just a ton of changes.
Yeah. And that's really what we're going to get into today because this article is really about making it practical and
Yeah.
something that you can actually stick with. So,
Practical strategies
yeah.
instead of these big overhauls that nobody can keep up with.
Yeah, exactly. So, one of the things that they hit on first is meal prepping.
Yeah, meal
It
prepping.
might not sound super exciting,
Right.
but they make a really strong case for why it's a total game changer.
What I thought was interesting is they talk about how it can make you feel more in control of your food choices.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily just weight loss, but
Yeah.
just like, I'm making good choices.
Yeah.
I'm in control of this.
Yeah, like if you get, stressed out and you're hungry, what are you reaching for?
Exactly like when you get home from work and you're starving.
Are you grabbing like the carrots and the celery?
Probably not.
Or are you reaching for the chips and, whatever else is quick?
Yeah, definitely the chips.
Yeah, so meal prepping really helps with that.
For sure.
So what are some of the ways that they suggest to get started with that?
So they have 3 key steps.
Okay.
One is you plan out your meals for the week.
Okay.
And then the next is you batch cook some versatile ingredients.
Yeah.
So like grilled chicken or quinoa or roasted veggies.
Okay.
And then the third one is investing in good containers to put it all in.
Oh, yeah. Good containers are key
Right.
because you don't want to be, cleaning up Tupperware all the time.
And leaking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they even provide a sample meal prep menu, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
To give you some idea.
It's a jumping off point.
Yeah. So they have overnight oats for breakfast.
Overnight oats with chia seeds and berries.
That sounds delicious and easy.
Yeah, super easy.
And then they have for lunch a grilled chicken salad.
Okay.
And then for dinner, stir-fried tofu with veggies and brown rice.
Sounds good. And I like the variety.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm noticing a theme of variety here.
Yeah, it keeps things interesting.
Which is really important. So, you're not eating the same thing every day.
Exactly.
There's that myth out there that healthy eating has to be bland and boring.
Yeah.
We've all heard it.
Like just salads all the time.
Right.
Lettuce and water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But this article really says, no, it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, they're all about flavor.
Yeah.
And they talk about simple swaps and different cooking techniques that can make things taste great.
Yeah.
Without all the calories and unhealthy fats.
So less deprivation, more deliciousness.
Exactly.
I like the sound of that. So what kind of swaps are they talking about?
Well, one of them that I really liked was using Greek yogurt instead of sour cream.
Okay.
So you get that creamy texture.
Yeah.
But more protein and less fat.
That's a good one. I always have Greek yogurt on hand.
Yeah, it's a good staple.
What other swaps did you like?
They also recommend zucchini noodles as a stand-in for pasta.
Oh, I've been wanting to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lower carb option, and a lot of people say it's surprisingly satisfying.
Yeah. So do they give any recipes in the article that kind of highlight this low-calorie but still flavorful thing?
Yeah, they have this cauliflower fried rice recipe that sounds amazing.
Okay.
Swapping out white rice for cauliflower rice cuts the carbs and the calories way down,
Okay.
but you still get that fried rice experience.
Okay. Cauliflower rice.
Mm.
I'm sold. I mean, it's really amazing how creative you can get
Yeah.
with healthy swaps. And, another thing that they talk about is plant-based eating,
Oh, yeah.
which they really emphasize is more than just a trend.
More than just a trend for sure.
Yeah. And they talk about all the good things about it, but they also connect it to a reduced environmental impact.
Which I know is a big one for you.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm all about making more sustainable choices, as much as I can. So what are some of the key things they say about that?
Well, they highlight how even just having 1 or 2 plant-based meals a week can make a difference.
Okay.
So it's not all or nothing.
Right.
You can ease into it.
Yeah.
They offer some simple swaps to get you started. So like you could use lentils or chickpeas instead of meat,
Okay.
or almond milk,
Ugh.
or oat milk instead of dairy milk.
Yeah.
And then nutritional yeast instead of cheese.
Okay. Now, for people who don't know what nutritional yeast is, can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so it's this deactivated yeast, and it has kind of a cheesy, nutty flavor.
Okay.
A lot of people sprinkle it on popcorn,
Okay.
use it in sauces,
Yeah.
things like that.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. And they also include a vegan Buddha bowl recipe in here, which
Yeah.
sounds really good.
It does sound good.
And it's a really good example of how you can pack a ton of flavor and nutrition into a plant-based meal.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But even with all these tips and tricks, the real challenge is making these changes last, right?
Yeah. How do we stick with it after January?
That's the question.
Right.
But thankfully, this article dives into that too.
Good.
And they even have advice from a nutritionist.
Oh, nice. An expert within the expert.
Right, exactly. And one of the things that they talk about is focusing on whole foods.
Which is one of those things that seems obvious,
Yeah.
but it can be so easy to forget.
Yeah, so break that down for us a little bit.
So whole foods are minimally processed, as close to their natural state as possible.
Okay.
Like, you know, fruits and vegetables and whole grains.
Okay, so like when you go to the grocery store,
Yeah,
stay on the outside aisles?
yeah. The perimeter of the store.
Yeah, where all the fresh stuff is.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, vibrant fruits bursting with antioxidants.
Yeah.
Colorful veggies packed with fiber.
Yeah.
Hearty whole grains.
Yeah, sounds good.
They give you that long-lasting energy.
Yeah, so it sounds like whole foods should really be the stars of our plates.
Yeah, front center.
Okay, love it. What else did this nutritionist say?
They also stress the importance of hydration.
Yeah.
Aim for 8 to 10 glasses of water a day.
I'm
Yeah.
always forgetting to do that.
It's easy to forget,
Yeah,
but staying hydrated is crucial
yeah.
for pretty much everything.
It affects everything.
Yeah, energy levels, digestion.
Yeah, I mean, I notice it when I'm not drinking enough water.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got whole foods, hydration. What was the third piece of advice from the nutritionist?
Oh, this one's good. They talk about mindful eating.
Oh, what is that?
So it's not just about what you eat, but how you eat.
Oh, interesting.
So slowing down, savoring each bite, paying attention to your body's signals.
Oh, wow. So like really being present with your food.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because, I think in our busy world, we often rush through meals without even really tasting our food.
Yeah, mindless eating while you're scrolling on your phone.
Exactly.
Or watching TV. So this is about kind of breaking free from that
Yeah.
and being present with your meal.
Okay, I like that a lot. And before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I have to mention the bonus recipes that the article gives.
Oh, yeah, the bonus recipes.
It's like a little gift,
I love a bonus.
Me too. Okay, so first up, we've got a detox green smoothie,
Okay.
which sounds incredibly refreshing.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah.
Very healthy.
And nutrient packed. And then there's a protein-packed chickpea salad.
Ooh.
I'm always looking for easy lunch ideas.
Yeah, chickpeas are so good for you.
Yeah, they are.
Good protein and fiber.
Yeah. And then finally, we have a low-carb zucchini lasagna,
Okay.
which is a healthy twist on a classic comfort food.
That's a good one.
So, I mean, I'm already feeling inspired to try all these recipes. But let's shift gears a little bit to the last section of this part of our deep dive, which
Fine.
is about building healthy habits for the long haul.
Yeah.
We've got all these great tips,
Right.
but how do we make them stick?
Beyond January.
Beyond January. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the $1,000,000 question.
Yeah, so what do they say?
Well, they start by emphasizing realistic goals.
Okay.
So don't try to change your whole diet all at once.
Okay.
It's about small, sustainable changes.
Yeah.
Like maybe you add an extra serving of veggies at dinner,
Yeah.
or you swap out sugary drinks for water.
Yeah, just small things.
Small changes.
That makes so much more sense because
Yeah.
it's about those little wins that add up over time.
Yeah, building blocks.
Yeah, exactly. And they talk about building on that idea of support, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like having a cheering section, whether it's a friend or family member or even an online community.
Accountability, buddy.
Yeah, just knowing that someone else is on this journey with you
Right.
can really make a difference.
I agree.
Yeah. And, speaking of motivation, don't forget to celebrate your progress
Oh, yeah.
along the way, no matter how small the victory.
Celebrate those wins.
Yeah, exactly. Did you try a new vegetable this week? Did you resist that, piece of cake or that cookie or whatever?
Tempting dessert.
Yeah, I mean, those are all steps in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And it all ties back to those New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
We're not aiming for perfection here. It's about making those small, sustainable changes that will lead to a healthier, happier you in the long run.
Well said.
And, as we're talking about long-term habits, it's worth pointing out that healthy eating isn't just about what you eat,
Right.
but also your relationship with food. And this article kind of subtly touches on that.
Yeah, I think it's in the mindful eating section
Yeah.
where they're really talking about that.
Yeah. And I think we often get so caught up in the what that we forget about the how.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
how are we eating?
Yeah.
Are we stressed?
Yeah.
Are we enjoying it?
Yeah. Are we present with it?
Are we even tasting it?
Right.
All those things.
Yeah. So mindful eating is all about being present with your food, savoring each bite, and paying attention to your body's signals of hunger and fullness.
And breaking free from those mindless eating habits
Yeah.
that we all have.
Yeah. So much of our eating is done on autopilot.
Right.
mindlessly, like, watching TV or scrolling through our phone.
Yeah, just shoveling it in.
Yeah, exactly. And so this idea of being more present with our food
Yeah,
is a powerful shift.
it is.
Yeah. So what does this all mean for our listeners
Okay.
who are ready to embrace a healthier new year?
Well, I would say, remember, you're not alone in this.
Okay.
There are millions of people out there who
Yeah.
are setting similar goals
Yeah.
and facing similar challenges.
There's a sense of solidarity in that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not alone.
Yeah.
And it's not about perfection.
Oh.
It's about progress.
Okay.
So if you have a day where you don't eat as healthy as you'd hoped,
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world.
We all have those days.
We do.
Yeah.
It's about getting back on track,
Yeah.
not letting one slip up derail everything. So
Yeah.
focus on the long term. Building healthy habits one step at a time.
Okay, I love that perspective, and this deep dive has given us so much to think about.
Yeah.
From those practical tips like meal prepping and ingredient swaps
Yeah.
to those deeper insights, about mindful eating
Right.
and building a healthier relationship with food.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
Food in our minds and our bodies.
Exactly. And don't forget those bonus recipes.
Oh, yeah.
Those are a great way to add some excitement and flavor to your healthy eating journey.
Little inspiration.
Yeah. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
You have.
But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final thought-provoking question
Okay.
to ponder as you head into the new year.
I'm ready.
Okay, now that you've learned about all these different approaches to healthy eating, what one change are you most excited to try?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It could be something small like drinking more water.
Yeah.
Or something more ambitious like a new plant-based recipe every week.
Yeah, I think the key is to choose something that feels exciting and achievable to you.
Yeah, something that speaks to you.
Yeah, and remember, even small changes can make a big difference over time.
Absolutely.
So go out there, embrace the new year,
Yeah.
and make it your healthiest and happiest one yet.
Love it.
Okay, well said.
Thank you.
I think that's a perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Until next time, don't try to transform your whole diet overnight.
Yeah.
Just little by little.
Yeah.
Instead, focus on making small, sustainable changes,
Yeah.
like adding an extra serving of veggies to your meals
Okay.
or swapping out those sugary drinks for water.
Yeah, that makes so much sense because it's about those little wins that add up over time.
Exactly.
It's like building blocks.
Yeah, exactly. And they talk about building on that idea of support, too.
Oh, yeah, having a cheering section.
Yeah.
Whether it's a friend or family member
Yeah.
or even an online community.
Yeah, just having people in your corner can really make a difference. For sure, accountability can go a long way.
Yeah. And speaking of motivation,
Yes.
don't forget to celebrate your progress along the way,
Yes, celebrate those wins.
no matter how small.
Exactly.
You
Did you try a new vegetable this week?
Yeah.
Did you resist that tempting sugary snack?
Yeah.
Those are all steps in the right direction.
Exactly. And it all ties back to those New Year's resolutions we talked about.
Yeah.
We're not aiming for perfection.
Right.
It's about making those small, sustainable changes that will lead to a healthier, happier you in the long run.
Absolutely.
And, as we're talking about long-term habits, I think it's worth pointing out that healthy eating isn't just about what you eat,
Right.
but also about your relationship with food.
That's so true.
And this article subtly touches on that,
It does.
especially in the section on mindful eating.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Yeah, and I think we often get so caught up in the what that we forget about the how.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How are we eating?
Yeah.
Are we stressed?
Yeah.
Are we enjoying it?
Yeah, or even tasting it.
Right. All those things.
Yeah, so mindful eating is all about being present with your food,
Yes.
savoring each bite.
Slowing down.
Yeah,
Putting your fork down between bites.
yeah, and paying attention to your body's signals of hunger and fullness.
Yeah. Are you actually hungry or are you just bored
Right.
or stressed?
Exactly.
So it's really about breaking free from those mindless eating habits that we all have.
Yeah, so much of our eating is done on autopilot.
I know. I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, mindlessly, scrolling through our phones or watching TV.
Yeah. Just shoveling it in.
Yeah, exactly. And so this idea of being more present with our food
Yeah.
is a powerful shift.
It really is.
Yeah. So what does this all mean for our listeners
Okay.
who are ready to embrace a healthier new year?
Well, I would say, first of all, remember that you're not alone in this journey.
Okay.
Millions of people are setting similar goals
Yeah.
and facing similar challenges.
There's a sense of solidarity in that.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're all in this together.
Yeah.
And secondly, remember that it's not about perfection.
Okay.
It's about progress.
Okay.
Don't get discouraged if you have a day where you don't eat as healthy as you planned.
We all have those days.
We do.
Yeah.
It's about getting back on track,
Yeah.
not letting one slip up derail everything.
Yeah.
So focus on the long term,
Okay.
building healthy habits one step at a time.
I love that perspective. And this deep dive has given us so much to think about.
It has.
From those practical tips like meal prepping and ingredient swaps
Right.
to those deeper insights about mindful eating
Right.
and building a healthier relationship with food.
It's all connected. Food in our minds and our bodies.
Exactly. And don't forget those bonus recipes.
Oh, yeah.
Those are a great way to add some excitement and flavor to your healthy eating journey.
A little inspiration.
Yeah. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final thought-provoking question to ponder as you head into the new year.
I'm ready.
Okay, now that you've learned about all these different approaches to healthy eating, what one change are you most excited to try?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It could be something small like drinking more water,
Yeah.
or something more ambitious like a new plant-based recipe every week.
Yeah, I think the key is to choose something that feels exciting and achievable to you.
Yeah, something that speaks to you.
Yeah, and remember, even small changes can make a big difference over time.
Absolutely.
So go out there, embrace the new year,
Yeah,
and make it your healthiest and happiest one yet.
love it.
Okay, well said.
Thank you.
I think that's a perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
Until next time.
Yeah.
As we wrap up this deep dive, it strikes me that this whole conversation has really been about empowerment.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, we tend to think of healthy eating as being kind of restrictive
Yeah.
or even like a punishment.
Yeah.
But this article really flips that script. It's about giving you the knowledge and the tools to make choices that nourish your body
Yeah.
and make you feel good.
It's about taking control
Exactly.
of your health and well-being.
Yeah.
One delicious meal at a time.
Yeah. It's like shifting your mindset from I have to I get to.
Oh, I like that.
I get to enjoy these delicious meals.
Yeah.
I get to fuel my body with nutritious foods.
Yeah.
I get to make choices that support my overall health.
That's such a powerful reframe.
Yeah.
Because it really does change the whole narrative around healthy eating.
It does.
Yeah.
It reminds us that it doesn't have to be a chore.
Yeah.
It can be a joyful and delicious experience.
And it's about finding what works for you.
Exactly.
What fits into your lifestyle and what makes you feel your best.
And that might look different for everyone.
Exactly.
There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
It's about tuning into your own body.
Yes.
And your own needs.
Absolutely. And, it's also about being kind to yourself along the way.
Yeah.
There will be days when you don't eat as healthy as you planned.
Oh, yeah.
There will be times when you slip up and indulge.
Yeah, we're all human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it's all part of the process.
It is progress, not perfection.
I love that.
And remember, every small step you take towards a healthier lifestyle is a victory worth celebrating.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up in that all or nothing mentality.
Oh, for sure.
But you're right. Every healthy choice we make,
Yeah.
no matter how small it is, a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. And on that note,
Yeah.
I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
I feel inspired and ready to put some of these tips into action.
Me too.
Awesome.
Remember, healthy eating is a journey, not a destination.
Okay.
So enjoy the ride, savor the flavors, and celebrate every step along the way.
I love that. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Everyone, we'll catch you next time with another fascinating topic to explore. Until then, happy eating.